These are vinca and little petunias. This is a hibiscus that almost completely died back over the winter and hasn't bloomed yet, but it will with stalk. Two roses over there, cactus in the background, double peach oleander and aloe. Ugly stuff, I don't like it. Various little plants, roses, hibiscus, lantana. From left to right, that's a rose, and then a lantana, and then a hibiscus, another rose, a different kind of hibiscus called a blue hibiscus, and a lantana that's looking kind of sad. This is my glorious pink double oleander. It's kind of past its prime now, but boy, those blossoms, they're really something. Dust. Another lantana. I don't know if you're familiar with lantana, but it comes in yellows, oranges, purples, pinks, reds. And that is a canna, which has not bloomed this year. When it does, it blooms orange. More lantana. I'm always hopeful. My first ever climbing rose, it blooms purple. It's called Lilac Crush. And the little guy there is going to be a pink Katy. It's called a Ruellia. And there's the pool equipment area. The Tacoma, which blooms orange and is past its blooming stage. The palms that have gotten enormous with a squirmy dog and our Meyer lemon in front. My miniature rose from a hothouse plant. It looked a lot prettier a month ago, and the blooms are much darker red before it gets real hot. The heat washes them out and they're almost orange. Pale pink. Another rose. Lilac vine, past its prime, blooms earlier in the spring. A non-blooming hibiscus, which I hope will bloom. My beautiful spiral eucalyptus, which started out as just a little stick a few years ago. More vinca, and the Katy Ruellia that will bloom pink there on the right. I don't remember what this plant's called. I don't really care for it. Some people have a lot of it. There's another rose that needs some more water and some TLC. Got a little burned by the sun. Even though it's in the shade of this enormous palm tree. Another rose that's been out for a while. It's leafcutter bees have been after it, but they won't harm it. There's that silly cactus. Keep in mind that it filled up that entire area between the palm and the cactus, and that's what I cut out, so I've gotten rid of half of it at least. Another rose. It's really pretty when it's not hot. And one of my prize roses from Jackson and Perkins that I've shown you before. This is Caribbean breeze, however you want to pronounce it. It came as a bare root a couple months ago, and it's been real blooming ever since. Little ponytail palm, rose with some nice healthy vinca. Nectarine that decided not to have any nectarines on it this year. Lutea hibiscus. Empty garden plot. Oh, the fig. Ritz has been enjoying my tomatoes more than I have been, I think. And this is a gorgeous orange called New Year. The buds are totally orange, and then it goes a paler pinky orange as it ages. Another rose. A hibiscus that's looking much better since I put iron on it. And a purple rose. Here's a mandevilla that I'm going to try to keep alive, but there's not a lot of hope. They just don't do well here. They're better for California. So we kind of consider them annuals and enjoy them while they last. And then on the patio, more glorious roses. One that may or may not survive from Spring Hill. Another one from Spring Hill that's mostly dead. Nice one from Lowe's called Intrigue. It's purple. This is Double Delight. It's doing really well. Hasn't bloomed for me yet. This is Jackson and Perkins not Jackson and Perkins, Weeks About Face. This is Camille Pissarro. Another one of those glorious roses that just won't quit blooming. So pretty. So this is a typical color, and then they fade out. And then another rose, and I put the periwinkle, vinca, whatever they are, all around. More roses. My little Sunblaze mini. Hopefully that will survive with a vinca next to it. Another dead stick from Spring Hill. The only one that seems to be surviving from Spring Hill is Sunset Happy Trails. I'm going to have to look that up and see what it blooms like. And then in this planter, this is my holding spot for some hibiscus. And finally, some more vinca waiting to be planted. See, they range from tiny little flowers to bigger flowers to enormous flowers. And the two that my boys just sent, which will get planted this weekend. So yeah, the water's still nice and cool. I need to splash them a little bit. They're not quite in there deep enough. And that's my yard. Whew. Not everything is blooming right now that could be, or some has already bloomed, but I think it's looking pretty good.